Hello everyone, welcome back to Podcast on Wheelz, episode number 66. As we said on today's episode, please sit back and enjoy the show. Like, who's back?
Hello.
Donny is back after a few episodes of not having him on the podcast.
Yep.
William wanted to do a few, so we are back and we are no longer using that shitty microphone.
Yep.
Because last episode you clearly saw how it felt, and me and William had a blast filming that. Yep. It was so funny.
Messed up the audio permanently.
Yeah. But we are back. He is back, at least. And we have just a few of topics, some random, some important, that we got to talk about today. So, the first one being job application. We have been graduated from college for not even 2 months. And
damn, still? God damn.
Nope. August 10th.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Donnie's still shocked about that.
Yes.
But we haven't been graduated from college for even 2 months. And we applied to a job. We're not going to say what because I don't want anyone finding out where we work. Not because it's a bad thing. It's just
personal, I guess.
What if they come up to the job? No, I'm kidding.
We're not even famous enough to do that.
But we applied to a workplace. And I will say the position, it's stocking and unloading for my husband, Matthew. And we applied to the job July 24th, and it is currently July 31st. So it's been a few days.
Yep.
4 to 5 to 6, 7 to 8 to 9, 34, like a week. And it's been a week, and we haven't gotten anything back. We applied, we done everything that we needed to.
We even went up in physical person and was like, hi, I applied, and I put in my resume and everything. Never looked at it.
Nope. I'm just thinking, we're now trying to hire somewhere else because a lot of people say that job place.
I'm trying to hire on Five Below, but it's not working. The site keeps reloading, so I'm going to have to try to see if I can come up to someone in person and be like, how would I apply? Because your site is not working. It keeps reloading.
Go up to that man we constantly see.
All right.
But we're trying to keep our hopes up, and we're just trying to chill for now. Because it hasn't been 2 months. I think 2 months off is acceptable because the next conversation, the next topic will tell you why we say that we're barely 2 months off of college.
Yes.
So now we lead to our second topic, our grandma. And this was when we were staying over at her house. I don't know when this conversation was.
July 6th or July 7th.
Yeah, it was around, when we were just chilling at Grandma's house and having a little bit of a sleepover, whatever, stayed there for 4 days.
Yeah. And
on a random day after we got our graduation cards,
said thank you.
And we said thank you so much for the graduation cards. That was very sweet. And she said, hey, what's your plan? We are planning to work in January or February of next year, even November or something like that. We said something along the lines of that.
Yes.
And by January or February, we'd barely be 7 months off of school.
Entirely.
Yeah.
After 13, 12 years of
and
straight up
I must say, all of our
and
other siblings who graduated from college took that time off as well,
yes.
even a year.
Yes.
And
let me say something. They've always took that break, and no one has ever said anything to them. No weird, awful conversations or anything. Our parents are fine with it. They're our guardians, so they're like, it's fine. Take a couple months off. You deserve it. You spent 12, 13 years
in college.
No break of just school, not getting paid or anything. So, of course, take a break. You're allowed to enjoy life at not even the young age. We have a whole life to set down a job. And this conversation was annoying, let's just say the least. I was uncomfortable the entire time because Grandma was like, but you're wasting your life, you need to get a job and a car and a driver's license. And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, I expect you to have a job by September. I'm like, whoa, we're only going to be 2 months and a half off.
2 months
by September,
and if it's September 10th, we'll be 3 months off.
Yes, and we don't have a driver's license and we don't have a car yet because everything is so expensive. And I've been doing research online recently, and it costs, just to do the average, daily living of what our grandma and grandfather could do back in their day was, we need to earn $66 minimum an hour to barely have what they have now.
We're not a
That's so
doctor.
unfair.
That is so unfair.
Hell, Grandma, she was like, you gotta go to college, become a doctor, whatever. I'm like, oh my God, even a doctor doesn't even pay off the damn economy nowadays because everything is so expensive. I'm not spending 12 years, 6 years in college. Again, just because of your benefit. She was like, yeah, but you can benefit from tests and college. And she said even at one point, it will hinder you even more than your other, brothers and sisters because
y'all are
premature and extra behind. I'm like, what? She was stating that it was that we were basically sitting around the house doing nothing, even though we do a lot. And she was like, well, you got to get a job by September and everything. I'm like, stop rushing us. Who's going to take us to the job? We don't have a car. Driver's license.
We don't even have a permit.
And even if
how are we going to obtain a job, hold a job, go to the job without a fucking permit, let alone a driver's license? We can't drive. Okay, so the first step, you need to drive. Oh, wait, we don't know how to do that.
And then,
our job's all the way in fucking Random, and you expect us to walk there.
Yeah, and then...
or stroll there.
And then, and even if we had all that permit and stuff, do you realize how expensive cars are, Grandma?
Yeah, also expensive.
It cost me $66 an hour, but we barely get under $20. Babes, that's not adding up to $66 an hour. We are fucking broke. We have to work every day, no days off, all year long, to barely scrape an apartment, let alone keep the same money per month. We can't even live or have any savings because everything is so damn expensive. A goddamn carton of eggs is $10 to $8.
That is I
don't want to hear it. That's almost an entire hour of my work for eggs. A dozen of them, not my insurance, not monthly bills, and not my car insurance, and not paying for driver's license, and not even getting a job because you can literally walk in back in the day and be like, yes, I applied to this job. Now we have websites and data collecting and resumes and multiple interviews and not even get a call back or an email if we're lucky. And we have apps and we have to look for hours and hours and hours trying to find perfect jobs or anything that could even be remotely good pay, which everything isn't. Even a nurse's job isn't good pay. And all that's completely unfair. She put us under the bus and was like, yeah, you can easily get that. No, we cannot. We cannot drive. It takes twice as long to get a job as it did back then. Everything is 700% more expensive, even though our hourly wage barely went up. We barely get $15 an hour if we're lucky. Maybe $20 if we're lucky. Hell no. We're still severely underpaid and severely overworked.
And
that's so unfair. Yeah. And she made it, I was so uncomfortable the entire time. Because she was just putting us down the damn bus. And I was like, oh my God, you do not realize how fucking expensive things have gotten. I hope you will. We were telling our big sister this conversation, and she was like, wait, what? And she never had this conversation with me, and I took way longer time than y'all guys did, and y'all not even the second month in. And she was like, does she realize y'all don't have a car, a driver's permit? Does she realize that college is fucking expensive? Does she realize that everything else in the world is entirely expensive? Why would you put the youngest down the bus for half an hour? She literally had that uncomfortable conversation for half a fucking hour, and we're the youngest in the family, so we're already put at a disadvantage because everyone has jobs, works full time. How does anyone have the time of day anymore to take us on a driver's trip? Excuse me, they're working full time. If you're willing to take me, thank you, but I don't want to hear it because everything's so expensive and I'm already so fucked as it is, and I hadn't even started.
I know. And
it's so, I'm so sorry. And it's so annoying because my big sister was like, what? She's never had that conversation with anybody else in the entire family, but she had it with y'all who already have the worst disadvantage in the entire family and the entire economy. And when y'all are becoming adults, everything is fucked up and Trump is president again. No!
No, that's not good.
We're already fucked up as it is. If you can't tell our situation, we're screwed. And, you know...
And how are we going to afford college when our family is already struggling to make ends meet?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, we're going to be in debt. We can't pay off debt with no money.
Because we can't have any.
Jesus.
We can't have any savings at all.
And don't get me wrong, I love Grandma today.
So much.
She's very
That's
sweet.
why I didn't walk out.
I know.
I
know, and she's very sweet, but she's never had that conversation with any of our
other people.
3 other siblings. Oh, you know, they took a year off. It's okay. Sorry, but her son took 40 years
to move out of her house.
He was 40 when he moved out.
40? I'm not even 18.
Our friends aren't even 18, and they are.
We screwed.
And the thing is, I saw this one Instagram reel, and this girl who was part of Gen Z. Are we part of Gen Z? Or?
Yes, Gen Z.
Yeah, she was part of Gen Z, and she had applied to 1,500 jobs and didn't get one of them.
My God.
How am I supposed to make money this 1,500 jobs I earn? I'm not trying to go across the fucking planet. What the fuck?
The fuck?
What?
Yeah,
she applied for 1,500 jobs and hadn't even got an email back.
You don't even get calls or emails back. It's so harder than it was back then. And I'm sitting here like, what?
You can walk in, hey buddy, can I get a job? Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're hired.
You hire on the spot. Can you at least do manager that you can you do in construction that your arm will fall off? Mm-hmm. Okay, here you go. $500 out. What the fuck? I went through a 12-year doctoral degree, and I'm a nurse. I'm a other backup nurse. I'm a doctor, and I get $5 an hour.
Oh my God.
What?
That's what it feels like. Your money
I work 5 days a week. Why can I barely afford a car and eggs? What the fuck?
It's so bad.
It's so bad. It's so fucked up.
All to say, this conversation was completely rude, and it was not fucking necessary at all to put us down the fucking road.
It really wasn't.
Or put us under the bus. And my sister was like, excuse me, that's rude. Because she said herself, I would be so uncomfortable if she had that conversation with me. Because that was just so rude, and she's never done that with anybody else but the ones who are the most fucked. Thank you! I didn't realize I was so motherfucking fucked.
We did. That's why
she's acting like we didn't realize. Do you realize how screwed we are? Trump is our president for the next 4 years. And economy sucks.
Booty.
And our pay is still so bad.
So how's the economy getting worse but our pay is?
The fuck?
What?
Economy's getting higher and pay is getting
like
lower.
A quarter of our fucking paycheck. If we know how to drive.
Yes.
If we could get the $50,000 car. You mean a basic fucking model? Oh my God.
Yeah. So I want to say that Grandma probably does not realize how expensive things are, and we try telling that, but no, it's so easy. No, it's not. I am not 70-something years old.
I'm 18.
We screwed.
I'm not 18.
God damn it.
I'm 18 on August 5th.
What? So, no, we're screwed, and she probably doesn't realize that, but, you know, we weren't obviously this rude. It's just, as we think about it over time, it triggers me. It was so unnecessary to put us down the fucking road
and
like that.
Conversation, it was just
so annoying.
A horrible timing. At that time, we hadn't even been off for a month. Girl,
3
what
weeks.
the fuck? We hadn't even been off for 30 days.
God damn. And you want us to have everything figured out by September? I don't think you realize that's only 70, 80 days to get everything, a car, a driver's license, a permit, a job.
And we applied for a job when we were only 44 days off.
That's not even summer break.
We didn't have the summer off. God damn.
God damn.
And like, don't get me wrong, obviously, we are not going to be like her son, have the conversation with him.
Not us, that's just completely off topic.
Completely. Do you realize we're not even half his goddamn age? When he moved out, we still have 3 years. 2 years, I think. Oh my god.
3 years, something like that.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
it's just annoying.
That conversation is infuriating, and I do not like it to this day.
No.
Yeah.
We love her, but damn.
God damn, that was weird.
Now, going off, like, a random medical
I'm so sorry if the audio was awful.
I know. We do apologize. Because it's just one of those conversations that make you more triggered. Yeah, make you more triggered thinking about it than it did in the moment.
Yes. I was so uncomfortable.
You think about it a month later. Damn.
Oh.
Why would she bring that up?
Why would she say that?
Literally, by our birthday, we won't even be off for 2 months.
Nope, still not.
Oh, damn.
No.
Not even?
Not yet.
So if she says something before our birthday?
I'm good.
Well, no.
Anyway.
Okay, but we are, that was just an annoying conversation, but we are going off a completely different topic. It's our body strength and breathing. We kind of talked about this in, like, the last episode with William, or the last episode with William, but we've just wanted to talk about our body strength and what we're going to be next month, essentially, or me, at least. My body strength with ALS and other disorders has completely plummeted down to nothing. Back then, when I was diagnosed with ALS, I was 3.5% arms, 5% head, and 10% breathing, which all sound incredibly huge. And I was also 8.5% body strength, so that is very weak. I completely know that was very weak, because normal in our world, human body strength is like 200%. I was 8.5. But now, as we move on a year and 3 months later, in August, I'll be my 15th month, but my head will be 0, and I won't be able to eat anymore by mouth, which I'll have to eat through a peg, and I got my peg June 20th, so it is major. It is that I can no longer eat by mouth. It took only 15 months of my ALS diagnosis, and I have till my 50th, so you can tell how long that's going to take. And my arms are also going to become 2 in August. So that means my full body strength in August will be 2%. And my breathing will take a dip, which it'll be 7. And my breathing hasn't took a dip in like 5 months. So, and that's normal.
Yep.
So, in August, my breathing will be 7%. So, when I started out with ALS, my breathing combined was 20%. That's horrible. A month before that, my breathing was 19%, not doubled. That was it resting.
Yep.
And when it was doubled back then, this is before my ALS diagnosis, it was 28%. And then I had ALS, it brought me down 9 in 1 month, so I only had 20% breathing, which is horrible. And then I think only a few months into my ALS diagnosis, barely 6, I got a ventilator, why did I say it like that? A ventilator, and one that I'd used permanently ever since December 8th. And so it's been, I don't know what that laugh was. So it's been quite a while with my ventilator, a few months, and thankfully I'm doing pretty well on it. I've only had one ventilator fail. And thankfully. I mean, not the greatest, but oh well. But this new one that we got a few weeks ago?
July 17th.
Yeah, July 17th.
It's working phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
Phenomenal.
And we make it rest sometimes. Like, we turn off the ventilator just to run our battery because we don't want to overwork the vent. But I also need it running with my battery at least 16 to 17 hours a day to breathe comfortably. So, yeah, that's my vent, and right now in August, August 27th, I'll no longer be able to eat by mouth. I'll need a head strap. And
hey, head strap, baby.
Yeah, and I'll be 2% arms, and I'll be 7% breathing. So it is terrifying how I'm getting to Donny's strength at the beginning of his ALS. Of course, his arms were way weaker than mine, and I'm very grateful that my arms are better, but I only have my thumb.
Yep.
That makes a big difference. If I had other parts of my arms, like my wrist or my fingers or my arm, I could actually maybe twitch it or something. No, I only have my thumb. So that makes my 2 arms even more shittier than they already sound. Because, like, if I had 2 arms and it wasn't my thumb, I'd be able to, like, twitch an arm, maybe even lift it a bit. Not crazy, like, maybe not even an inch off my lap. But, no, it's only my thumb since I have a spinal cord injury, and that was the only part I regained, so, yeah. Only thumb. So, my body strength in August will be only 2, while in the beginning of my diagnosis it was 8.5, so that's a 6.5 decrease. Terrifying as it is scary how I'm getting more to my friend Shane, who is extremely weak. He only has 1 head and 0.5 arms, and he doesn't have ALS. He has spinal muscular atrophy type 1,
Yep.
and he's on a ventilator, and he only has 6 breathing. Give me till December, and I'm him.
Yep.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Not head, though.
Yeah. My body strength has been 0 for a long time. With my ALS diagnosis, I think, back then, in June of 2024, my body was, I think, 1 arms, 0.8 arms, and then 2 head or something like that. And my breathing was 5 or 6, so it wasn't really that good either way.
Oh, no.
And then by September, I got my spinal cord injury of C1, C2 complete. And I lost my lung function. So my lung function instead of 5 was 4. And then my arms were gone because of that injury, because I have no feeling below the neck down. And my arms just so happened, obviously, to take effect. And then, so my 0.8 arms went away. So sad. They were nothing.
He'd be 8 months in and he'd lose them.
Yeah.
I'd be 35.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah. That's a big difference.
And then, so my arms were 0 ever since September. So almost.
And sorry, in August I'll have 20 months left.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 20.
Yeah. So my arms are 0, or has been 0 since September. So almost an entire year, 11 months. And then my head, I guess, was 1 or 2 still. I don't know. I think it was 1. Yeah, it was 1. So sad. And then in December, I lost my head. I lost my head strength, and I had to have a head strap since December. Permanently since December 11th of 2024. So almost an entire year there. And my lung function was like maybe 3 or 4 at that time as well. But by December 2024 or something like that, not even 6 months in diagnosis, my body strength had went fully down, and my head was nothing, and my arms were nothing. My body still stands with 0 to this day, obviously. No surprise there.
It's just his breathing that he can lose.
Yep. Till I die. That's something creepy.
Jesus.
And then, so right now, my strength currently, my lung function is 2%, I think, or 3. It's around the 2, I forgot.
Not good.
I think it's around, it's only 2. It's only 2%, and my body strength is 0, and I have nothing. And then in August, sadly, on August 11th, within 2 weeks, they're signing me up
for hospice
because I'm on my last 6 months. Which is terrifying.
Not good. I'm sorry, I made a face.
I hopefully my ALS stops soon.
Oh, yeah.
Because I only have 6 months and a half left to live. Estimated that I have that time left if I don't sadly pass away earlier. But
I hope not.
I hope not. Damn. And I hope my ALS stops soon, but I will be very weak. And if it stops, my body will be 0, and my lungs will be 1 or 2 for the rest of my life, and I'll be extremely weak until I die from old age or something like that. If my ALS stops, that's the best outcome I have, where my body's 0, my lungs are 1 or 2%, and that's it. I have nothing else.
Yeah, if my ALS were to stop in August, my whole body would only be 2. I would have 7 breathing, wouldn't be able to eat, and would be on a permanent head strap for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I would be fucked.
So if it stops there, and even later, I'll actually be even weaker. But yeah. August is not a fun month for me and Donny. He's going to hospice. I'm losing like 3 fucking things in a month. God damn.
I think William will have his surgery and peg.
Yeah. In August, William will have his peg placed.
I think.
He needs the surgery because he doesn't have a G button.
Yep.
Or never had a G tube. I only had to get the peg extension, not the surgery.
Yep.
But in August, it's all fucking us up. Donny's going to hospice. William's getting a peg. I'm getting a permanent head strap. I'm getting a less eating. I'll have to have syringes and syringes of food and water. I won't be able to eat. My breathing will go lower. My ventilator settings will get higher, and my arms will get weaker. Oh my! And I could lose my speech in August.
Yes, so it's not good.
No, not good. But if it were to stop in August, I would only be my 15th month in, and I have like 50 till I pass away, because that's my whole entire lung function, and I do not have fast ALS, I have slow.
Yep.
William with slow ALS would have lasted 10,000 times. He'd last 12 years, not 4.
Yep. But
and that's a big difference.
Yeah, but his whole lifespan is 30 months, and mine's 20, I think. No. Yeah, I don't know.
Yours was originally 28 or 24 or something like that.
My original was maximum 25. 25.
Yeah.
and then obviously because my spinal cord injury, it went down to 20. So I literally only had 20 months from the day I got diagnosed. That was over a year ago.
And Donny's original time span with ALS was like 25 months. My arms last 10 months bigger than his life.
Yep.
Arms.
Yep.
Not my breathing. That lasts 50.
No, it lasts 15 months bigger. My life is 20.
No, yours in the beginning of the ALS, Donny. 25 to 35.
Yep.
35 is not my life. That's just my little armies.
Yep.
So I took like 3 years to lose them in the same time.
Yes. Okay.
And then after that, we wanted to talk about catheters, since we've talked about catheters a few times on this podcast. But we've never told you accurately, even the estimated number.
The number,
Yeah, the number of how many catheters we've used within the years, the months, the weeks of using catheters. Donny, you can explain yours. Try to explain the timeline if you can remember, but if you do not, that's okay.
Okay, well, I got injured in February of 2018, spinal cord injury L4, L5 complete, and sometimes it affected my bladder, where I couldn't fully empty my bladder all the way. I could pee on my own most of the time, but about once a month I use a catheter to help aid and assist my bladder. And when I had other spine surgeries and stuff because of the damage from spinal stenosis, I would have a Foley catheter in for an entire week or more when I was recovering because I couldn't pee properly, and stuff like that. So I had those inserted over time. I can't really tell you the number off the top of my head, but for like 7-8 years I've been having that. And then in 2023, when my bladder somehow got worse because my damage was getting worse on my spine, I had a neurogenic bladder, whatever. It would kick off and hold on to things, and I wouldn't be able to pee on my own anymore in September of 2023. So I started using 3 or 4 catheters a day for an entire year, until September of 2024, when we started the catheter schedule of 15 to 16 a day for me, to help keep my UTIs down and to help keep my dumb bladder empty because it kept kicking off in accidents and stuff like that. And so for an entire year almost, I've been using catheters 15, 16 times per day until February 19th of 2025. I got my suprapubic catheter, which is just a stoma or something like that, inserted into my abdomen, like an incision, they would cut it or whatever, and they would put a catheter in, and it just basically, if you ever seen a suprapubic catheter, it's basically a catheter in a little hole, right?
Looks like a Foley.
Yes. And, you can drain it and whatever, and it's super much easier, and I've been having that for almost 6 months, and over 5 months now I've been having it, and it has saved me from using 15, 16 catheters a day, and I change my catheter. It's basically like changing a G button, because it kind of is how I change my button or my feeding tube, and it's very easy to change, and I change it every 14 days just to keep things clean and everything, and keep it working and not being blocked. Maybe some other people take, like, they just change theirs less frequently than I do, but for me, that schedule has always worked for me for 5 months now, and I went through like 10 or 11 suprapubic catheters right now, and the estimated number of my catheters before I used, of the total 7 years I've been using catheters, or 7 years and a half, is I think 4,490 catheters was before the suprapubic, so I clearly had gone through so much.
Yeah.
Docs is insane.
We're gonna talk about mine.
And then I only used 10 or 11 suprapubic, so my number would be 4,500 catheters today.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have had my suprapubic for barely even 6 months now, or 5 months, I would have been close to 6,000 catheters. So you can tell it had saved me. My suprapubic had saved me over 2,500 catheters within half a year, because every year, estimated on that schedule, in September, I would have used 5,900 something, so I would have used estimated 6,000 catheters every single year, and it almost saved me, I was on my 5th month, and it saved me like 2,500 something catheters. So that's amazing. So my catheter numbers, the number of catheters I would have used would have been over 6,000 by now. It would probably be in the 6,000 range still. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely
not 7,000.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell. But my catheters are actually, thankfully, only 4,500.
Me.
Thankfully, my catheters are only 4,500 because my suprapubic, I've only went through 10 or 11 catheters in 5 months, which is extraordinary and amazing.
Yes.
I love my suprapubic catheter, although I still do drain it 15, 16 times a day. It doesn't require me sticking up a catheter up my penis 16 times a day. So I'd rather do that. I would rather just drain the catheter than have that, because that was difficult. But yeah, my total catheters I've used in my lifetime of 7 years of having experience with catheters is 4,500.
So my catheters are staggering, way bigger than Donny's. I wrote on my Tumblr, my blog, a little while ago, June 8th. That's not how many I've used, but this is kind of gives you the rundown. So in January 2019, 6 months before my first quadriplegic injury, or before ALS took my function, I had only used 19 catheters because of cerebral palsy. I had cerebral palsy spastic, so it would make my bladder not be able to release. So sometimes I would have to stick up a catheter into my bladder. And I think I had used 19 catheters from January all the way till June. I think that's what I was meaning when I said I used 19 catheters. So that's already 19 catheters there. And then in June 2020, this was a year after my quadriplegic injury. And in that year, I had only used 12. And it said, I'm going to read a prompt from it. It said, in June 2020, I had used 12, so my quadriplegic injury, but I was only a quadriplegic from ALS, not completely paralyzed. Because I wasn't completely paralyzed, I was able to use my bladder some, but not crazy well. So I had only used 12 catheters in like a year. And then June 2021, it was 2 to 1 year after my first quadriplegic injury. And it said I had used 24 that year, and by September 2021, I had used a total of 27. So I had used a total of like 27. I know some of this is like kind of confusing because I said only 1 year, but I think it was 2. But I do know what year is which, so it is confusing, I understand.
Yeah.
But I was I was a quadriplegic from June 2019 to all the way till September of 2021 when I became another quadriplegic, just completely paralyzed.
Yes.
And the year September of 2021 sky fucking rocketed my catheters. Because in 15 months, from September to December, I used 10,920 catheters.
Damn.
Within 15 months. So about 16 years of Donny's catheter use in a year and 3 months.
16 years.
If you were 8. So
what?
So either 14 to 16 years of Donny's catheter use and bigger.
I would have had bigger though because my super pubic to save me.
Oh, I know, but like right now, currently, if it was like 14 to 16 years of Donny's catheter use, that would have been put in 15 months. So
damn.
That is what contributed to many of my catheters. I mean, many of them. And then from December 2022 to September of 2023, I had only used 9 catheters. And this is when we started, in September of 2023, we started our channel. But my this one doctor I want to sue, he was very terrible and thought, I only had urine incontinence. But I had neurogenic bladder, or what is known as neurogenic bladder at least, because I had a spinal cord injury, so I couldn't pee on my own or void on my own. But this doctor thought I only needed to use 9 catheters, so I had severe UTIs several times. And then, so shortly after that horrible moment of only using 9 catheters, a whole year later, in that year, I had only used 9, but in September 2023, I got a new doctor, and he gave me a new schedule of 4 catheters per day. And this helped me use way more catheters than the old doctor used to make me do. So in that 1 year, I had used 1,516 catheters, and about per year, I used averagely about 2,000, so it wasn't actually bad, and I think 4 catheters is still pretty good. I mean, unless if you have something wrong, I think it's pretty good. But then then shortly after, I got a new schedule, a year later, on the 16th of September, where I had used 8 catheters per day, because we found out that I needed 5 scheduled caths a day, and then other times where I would go to the bathroom naturally from drinking soda or whatever, or water, and I would go about like 4 to 3 times, so I would require 8 or 9 catheters per day, and that helped me use 2,356 catheters, so my catheters have been skyrocketing throughout the entire year. And so it's been like 6 years since I've used catheters, and for a few days I've been trying to not do the estimated number. I've been trying to actually go based on how many catheters I've used, and as of today, I have used 15,273 catheters within the 6 years of my quadriplegic injury and the barely not even 4 years of my other one. So, but this quad that you see now, my quad now, not the ALS one, I know it's confusing. It mainly made me use all those catheters. So technically, if you really do the math, I've used over 15,000 in not even 4 years. Which is insane. Yeah, my catheters are way bigger than Donny's. And my wife's Emmy is not even 5,000 catheters. So I still have 10,000 bigger than her. And I have almost, if I had 15,500 catheters, which I'll probably get to quickly, I would have 11,000 catheters bigger than Donny.
Yep.
Which is insane. Our last topic, though, after the crazy catheter things, we're doing good so far. Our catheter schedule has been working really well for almost 1 year, which is great and fantastic. I've been on that schedule, and for the most part, I felt completely fine and nowhere near too full or having UTIs. I haven't had a UTI in years. I think I had a few UTIs in 2023 because of the stupid doctor.
Yeah.
But then, ever since I think it was in 2022 or whatever.
I don't know.
But since the start of the schedule in 2023 September, the old and new one, I haven't had a UTI in like almost 2 years, which is fantastic. That's absolutely awesome for me, because I used to have severe UTIs, like several of them, which sucks. But now we talk about Wisdom of Sea and Sky. That is the most recent Pokemon expansion in Pokemon Pocket.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about our luck for a few. I will actually go on my game, but Donny can't because he films these on his.
I'll just say mine.
Yeah, you can say yours while I'm bringing mine up. That's
I opened probably almost 40 packs of the new set right now. It's going great. I got 2 rainbows, and I think
he was going crazy with his rainbows.
a full art shiny, and I'm assuming a full art at some point or something. I don't know. I forgot, but no, I got.
You did, I think.
Yeah, I got quite good luck. So that was really fun, and I really like this set so far. It's treating me good. My son opened like 20 some packs right now. He got a Lugia full art. That was beautiful, but that's the only thing he gotten. But it's still good, and he likes it.
It's so pretty.
And he likes opening packs. He doesn't open as much as me, but that's okay.
I'm going to talk about my son's request. My son had enough for a 10-pack, and I think he opened like 12 packs, and got the freaking Lugia Immersive. And sadly, we didn't see how it looked like, because it was like, oh, new art coming soon.
The art is not developed on time?
No.
Or whatever?
But my son, he got the Lugia Immersive, and he got a few shinies and pretty 1-stars and things. And then my daughter, we were doing this little trick where we go 5 packs from the right.
Yep.
And we wanted to try it because, what if it gets us lucky? Well, when I opened my pack, I'm talking about me now, I got a hiker full art. I was like, that really shocked me. And then my daughter doing that trick got the fucking Ho-Oh Immersive.
Yep.
And then a 1-star. So both my son and my daughter have the Ho-Oh and the Lugia Immersive, which is insane. I do not, but I did get pretty good luck. I think I opened like 40 packs of the set as well, and I got like 3 1-stars. I got the pretty ass Espeon full art, the Hiker full art, the Primeape shiny, and the Yanmega 2-star shiny. So I've gotten 2 full arts, which is uncommon actually for me to get that quick. And they've done this new thing where the sets go in order, and in Eevee Grove, I had gotten, like, only 1 full art.
Yeah, but in Immersive as well.
Yeah, and I got really lucky in Eevee Grove, and I'm nowhere near upset about the only 1 full art, because my full arts have been popping off recently.
Yes.
Really well. And in Shining Reveille, I don't know if I had said this, I think I did, but, I mean, Exponential Crisis, I got the 2-star Pidgeot shiny and the Greninja shiny after not getting luck in a while, and the 2-star Pidgeot shiny looks great. Celestial Guardians, nothing. I haven't opened that in a long time. And then Shining Reveille, I opened that a bit, and I got the Lucario. And so far, since the 4 daily challenges, I've gotten the Lucario full art, the Gratina full art, the Eevee full art, the Hiker full art, the other. I've gotten 5 full arts within the matter of like 2 weeks.
Damn.
And that is insane. I never get, and I'm telling you, never get that many damn full arts.
No.
If I go to my binder, I think it's...
boy.
No, it's good. In my binder, my full arts, I recently updated to Lugia. All those freaking full arts.
I love the Espeon.
I know, it's so fucking pretty. I have so many pretty purple ones. I'm happy I have the pretty purple ones.
I love the color purple.
But I haven't added my most recent full art. But I've been actually catching up in full arts. Because there was the Rayquaza full art from
my stomach.
That was, guys, it was finally not my stomach. Yay. There was the Rayquaza full art that we got from battles. And I hadn't got a full art in so goddamn long. Imagine seeing the Rayquaza full art to the Eevee.
Oof.
Eevee Grove. Like, I hadn't gotten a full art in forever. I think, like, 82 days.
Oh. That's rough.
And then, I finally got the Eevee from Eevee Grove, and I was like, oh my god, like, this is amazing. And then, the day, Lucario. Ooh. And Lucario's new, and I'm really happy. That's why some of my full arts on my binder look kind of old, because they're from old sets. I do day challenges. I think I've explained those before. And then I got the Cortina full art. Also from Shiny Reveille, like a few days later. And I've already got it before, but I have 2 now, so I'm like, yay! 2 Gratinas. And then in this new set, I've already gotten 2 full arts. Yesterday I got a full art, and today I got a full art, so that's absolutely insane. It is. So just to say that my luck naturally in this set has been pretty good. I got 2 full arts. I got 2-star shinies. My son and my daughter both got the immersive. Kind of jealous, but it's okay. Hopefully I get them soon.
Yep.
And yeah, that is it. That is the rest of our topics.
Yep.
So we do hope you guys enjoy this podcast on a lovely Thursday. Non-scheduled again. We've been actually catching them up on days, on the day. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this podcast, and we'll see you for episode number 67. Bye.
Bye.